welcome everyone for our PgMP overview program. This is like July, 3rd July we are exploring. And the usual format which I follow for these kind of simplified sessions is that I introduce you about what is PgMP program. We usually take reference directly from PMI website only, not going anywhere else. And then we get into specific queries. Usually my overview of PgMP program should finish in 20-25 minutes. It's a pretty straightforward thing. And then it's more about your questions and I try to navigate and find out right answer for you. The usual format I follow is first we have a conversation talking about should you really do it? Yeah, is it really relevant thing for you? That's something first we explore. And then we probably get into the details how to do it. Yeah, what is the application process, how much time it takes into the preparation, what is the content. And then when we get into how, I also explain how we can assist you in getting this preparation done. And then we talk about anything which is open-ended related to your PgMP program. Yeah, so that's a usual format I follow. Now, navigating the PMI website, I go to a PgMP program. I can share this link directly in the chat as well. So you can also probably navigate this program along with me. Yeah, website link. So here PMI explains that PgMP program is a good program for program manager. And they are trying to say that people who will do this program will make better money. They talk about some salary and price, other things. But I would say that these all are data, may not be relevant for all of us. But in general, we can find out that more than 1.5 million people are PMP certified, yeah, not PgMP. And PgMP numbers are even less than 10,000. So usually what we find our client base is doing PgMP program because they are looking for some differentiator, especially when individuals start crossing the experience range of 15 years. They need to have something which put them aside. And initially, even I was not that much motivated to run program management, portfolio management program. But our people, even I also had more experience now. I realized that the people who are connected to me, they are moving to a stage where they need something differentiator. And another driver which we are seeing for a program management certification is, unlike 3 years ago, now we see a lot of program management job. You sometimes even the designation called project manager, but when we get into the details, the description is actually talking about program management. And we do find many organizations looking for a formal program management title. Yes, the visibility of PgMP certification in the job description, I feel, is still less as of now. But doing this certification put you at a level and makes your commitment clear that you are also committed to learn program management, not just project management alone. So those are the type of individuals who usually come to us and they are looking for this PgMP certification. Yeah, so again, PMI has their general explanation, but I see this is happening in our client base. Another thing which I see at the organization level is organizations are looking also for long-term deliveries. The project as a temporary endeavor finishes in a few months to a year, but afterwards we also need to ensure the overall transitioning, sustainment, and benefit realization for that particular initiative. So many organizations are working more in a program mode. They create a group of projects which may run over a period of time to achieve a specific business objective. Yeah, so program is as a definition, they talk about collection of interconnected, interrelated projects where we manage them jointly so that we can optimize the benefits together they can achieve for the organization. So it's a group of projects, and in order to make sure alignment, towards a strategic goal, overall governance, ensuring dependency management, and optimal utilization of resources, organizations are setting up the program management layer on top of projects. So these are the two drivers. The individuals are looking for differentiator as well as organizations are also looking for program managers, what we see in the industry driving the PgMP certification growth. So that's from my side. But if you have a specific query, primarily asking, is this the right certificate for me? We can talk about it. After that, I just want to get into how to do it. Yeah, path for certification.
Saket, I'm also aligned with you because if you look at me, I carry almost 15 years of experience with the project management role, with the PMP certification from last 3 years. But as you rightly mentioned, need to have the differentiator as need to grow in next level. So we wanted to have the additional responsibilities. So additional responsibilities at the next level is the program manager, portfolio management, where I'm sure this certification will help us.
Perfectly. And that's what we see our clients are targeting to achieve. Yes, we need to do multiple things in order to grow your career, and especially when we start crossing 15 years. And this is one of the step which also demonstrate in the CV that yes, I'm learning. I'm just not sitting at a project management level. I do program management and I'm also formally learning what is program management. I can speak the language which is expected to be spoken by program management. That's the motivation which I see in our clients. Thank you for sharing. Yeah.
Okay, another thing. So in portfolio management, right, is higher than the PGMP, right? So can you do directly from PMP to portfolio management? I've seen some people doing that, or you have to go through PGMP and then portfolio management.
PGMP can also be done without PMP, and portfolio management can also be done without PMP. Yeah, all both the certificates can be directly done. The portfolio management is more like a strategic role. You can say that it's like that you have a collection of application or collection of accounts which are coming under you, and you are responsible for ensuring the resources, the team which are given to your group. Say you have a group of 500 people, and these 500 people are doing multiple type of projects, programs, and they are supporting current applications, and they all come under you as a portfolio, and you as a group, as a portfolio management group, responsible for ensuring whatever this group is doing, the 500 people group is doing, is aligned to organization strategy. So it is more about approving the new projects, realigning the projects to the change in the strategy, providing the appropriate resources and money. That's a portfolio management job. Yeah. But less about integration and execution. Whereas a program management as a job is integrating multiple projects, ensuring that we are achieving common business objective, supporting the change management, delivery. Program management still is a delivery role. Program management, project management, still delivery oriented role. Whereas a portfolio management is more like strategy and governance kind of role, less to do with tracking, dependency management, and those kind of stuff. Yeah, that's how we can see it. Yeah.
Okay. So if you don't want to do one thing, right? So which will be more beneficial, like for
So
the career growth or something, or new jobs?
yeah, depending upon our past experience, as just certification is not going to make us click. If I am managing accounts and if I am more related to strategic conversations and deciding which project we should do next and which project we should not do, if I have at least some percentage of that exposure and I want to get into account management and portfolio management kind of role, then PFMP is a good idea. But if I am in a project management role, and might be I'm aspiring to get into collection of project but not yet there, but I may do two projects handling together, they are somehow interrelated, I will qualify it for program management, but I still want to get into delivery, get things done, produce benefits, then I may do a program management. Natural progression, we see a project to program, and program to portfolio is not a guarantee. Yeah, it is more about portfolio is some amount of domain expertise, some amount of strategic thinking, which some of us may move there, some of us may not. Yeah, we may remain to a delivery roles only. Yeah.
Thanks, Saket.
Perfect. Yes.
Hi,
Yeah.
Saket.
Yeah.
This is Akshay. So I'm currently a part of PMO, Project Management Office. So I am aspiring to be a program manager, although there are a lot of program managers in my department itself. I am not yet there. So you just mentioned that I have about 11 plus years of experience at this point of time. So I was looking like one of the main reason was to see how I can align and get my PGMP. I just got my PMP a month back. So I was just looking to see
Perfect.
whether
Yeah.
I align with this particular
Yeah. So
certification.
more details I will share in a while where we see eligibility criteria and process of doing it. But in general, what I feel is the PMO role is easy to align with the program management than project management, because project management is more about dealing with the delivery, working closely with the delivery teams and getting things and taking care of their motivation and all those stuff. whereas a program management is still working at a level of layer. Yeah, it is still about data collection, dependency management, forecasting, governance. So you may find many topics in program management which are easy to relate to your day-to-day job compared to PMP program, which you have already done. So I will share, and most likely that is a good career progression.
Yeah, thank you.
Perfect. So we have another question. Is it good choice for a Scrum Master? Yeah. So the overall idea is, if I am getting into multiple Scrum team and I am working into the environment where I'm expected to deliver a bigger goal, then I can move towards program management. In general, the safe way of working and the release train engineer kind of competency is very much aligned with program management role. Though the program manager as per PMI is doing something mixing of release train engineer plus product management. It has some product management roles and responsibility as well as the PMI looks into it. But yeah, that's the possible path you can see when you are comparing agile ways of working with the program management. Yeah. Okay, but in general, I would say that if you cross 10 plus, that's the good thing to start with. You are early starter. But if you have crossed 15 plus experience, then you probably seriously need to look into it, because it will become difficult to have a differentiator afterwards. Yeah, so that's the place one should focus on. If I am still 5 years, 6 years, 7 year old project management experience, probably program management could be too early. Yeah, again, if you have a clear career objective, then definitely okay. But in general, without knowing your aspiration and career profile, I usually recommend program management certification to those individuals who have minimum crossed 10 years experience. Yeah, that's my usual recommendation. Specific cases could be different. Ideally 15 plus, but minimum 10 plus I usually recommend. Yeah. Now getting into the detail, what is the process? Yeah, path for certification. So this is a little tricky. Yeah, we want to make sure that all of you get a clear idea about it. So if I want to do PgMP, if I am clear that this is something which helps me in growing, that's something you need to decide. Then what is the next process forward? So if you have a bachelor degree, which most of you will have, so I'm not stressing on it, it has two criterias. It has a first criteria talking about 4 years of project management experience. Now, if you have done PMP certification, then you don't have to fill that detail in your application. Yeah, it has to be active PMP. If your PMP is expired, then you still need to put a 4 years of project management experience in the application. But if you have active PMP, that tab will be disabled for you when you are filling the PGMP application. The second thing as a criteria needed is 4 years of program management experience in last 15 years. So thanks to our conversation, you already got an idea what is program management, but I will explain with the help of content outline of PGMP program as well. But basically, I should be talking about how I integrate, collaborate, make multiple team collaborate and produce a result as a collection of teams of team. Yeah, so just not a one team. I focus on how do I create roadmaps. I focus on how do I present my multiple project status to various governance reviews. I focus on how do I ensure dependency management and resource optimization amongst multiple projects. I need to demonstrate how closely I work with our customers, so our product, our deliverables, which are coming from different projects, get utilized and they start producing the desired results, desired benefits for the organization. So basically focusing on multiple project coordination, compilation of data, dependency management, overall roadmap, starting and closing of various projects, those kind of activities I need to demonstrate as my program management experience. As you know, it is purely a trust-based experience. It is not like PMI is going to ask you to produce letters around it. You just need to write a nice description which talks about that, yes, I have done 4 years of program management experience. This can come anytime from last 15 years. Yeah, that's the time range they are giving to you. Now, in the process of getting certification, the PGMP certification is little different when you compare to PMP certification. In a PGMP certification, this application itself is an evaluation. Yeah. So, like in a PMP, PMI only evaluate, am I eligible for PMP? Yeah, that's something. In case of PGMP, they will definitely evaluate you are eligible for PGMP. That's the first step. Second step is a kind of test. Yeah. And that test is called panel review. So when you put the PGMP application, you need to also give a little specific details about your experience against 3 areas. We need to talk about how you handle strategy, overall governance and risk and leadership. There are 3 questions which need to be answered, and they will get reviewed by the panel. And once they feel that your experience really demonstrate the depth, they will move your application forward for the exam. Exam is more or less, I would say, plus minus complexity with PMP. I would consider it less complex only because especially when people have experience and overall content coverage is less, especially if your project management theory are pretty fresh in your mind. But the application process is something which has to be taken care little carefully because that's also is a test. Yeah. So any question related to the eligibility or application before I talk about the exam content outline? Go ahead. Yeah.
Second, I have one question. So you said 4 years or 48 months. So it has to be continuous.
No, not necessary. Yeah. So this 4 years could be with breaks. Yeah. Usually what I usually see is in a one program, we put at least 2 years. Having a program shorter duration than 2 years doesn't make much sense. But again, you can do that. As many program you add, you need to add as many descriptions. So your application work will get increased. But if you want to put a 2 program, you can say 2 years sometime duration A, 2 years some duration B, and that's good enough. Yeah.
So, like for example, I did the PMP 4 years back, 4 or 5 years back. So like the 4 year of this experience, right? How are we going to what is the 4 years? It's like 360 days of the experience, like
month start and month end. Yeah, that's how it is. So you need to just put a start month and end month, not a date. And based on that, it should be calculated as a 48 months. Now, there is a little trap. For example, you say, oh, I might have already put a project management experience. Yeah. And that project management experience is already put into PMP. And now I'm putting a PGMP certification. What should I do? Can I overlap there? So this is a little confusion. Ideally, you should not be, but I just had a one application where she did an overlap and PMI was okay with it. PMI saying, okay, you were doing both at that point in time. I was handling a project as well as a program. That's even she put a query to the PMI formally before she made the application. So I was assisting and I was also confused. Ideally, it should be non-overlapping, but it was okay with PMI. Yeah. So you try to not do too much overlap, but it can have some overlap with your PMP experience. No problem.
okay.
Yeah. So it's like this. Along with the project, you were having program management responsibility for a few years, and then you did a pure program management. So that way you present your thing.
So
They
do
will not
they
even compare.
They go back and check my PMP application
No,
or
they don't. They don't. Yeah. But this is how we need to be clear in case they ask. Yeah.
okay.
Exactly the question. Is there anything that I would need from my company HR to prove about my experience?
No. So the game of PMI for experience is same for PMP, PGMP, PfMP. You need to put it with a nice description. 99% of the time, that description is good enough and they won't ask anything else. In a 1% case, they put you on audit. Yeah, they say, you need to furnish some more details. In that 1% case, in a worst case scenario, there also they will ask you to give few emails of those people who can say, yes, they have worked with you in this particular program and whatever you have put here makes sense to them. Yeah, that's it. If they just say so, you are good. Yeah, no, it could be a business, it could be a business email ID, it could be a personal email ID, not necessary to be official email ID only. The person may not be working with your organization right now. Yeah, that's also possible. But someone.
Oh, just providing the email addresses, is it?
The email address.
If they want, they can get in touch with them.
Yeah, so they will get. Yeah, so they will send.
They will get in touch.
Yeah,
okay.
They will send an email to those people, and those people need to. Yes, yeah, this person was involved. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Good. Yeah. Good. Anything else before we move to the exam content outline? That's something we can see. Yeah.
Yeah, Saket. So this is Dhananjay. During the application for the PGMP, whether we need to have the PMI membership or we can no. Okay.
So you can definitely start the PGMP application without PMI membership. That is not at all needed. But before you pay the fee, better you take it because the fee, I think, has a difference for non-members. Yeah, like
it is
Yeah,
It is there on your screen.
yeah, here it is for India. For
6,900.
India, it is visible. For India, it is visible. For your area, like for anyone's area may be different. But I think it's $1,000 for non-member and for $800 around for members. So the difference is around $200. Yeah, and that's the membership fee. Yeah, for India, I think the membership nowadays costs $10,000. So nothing much will get saved. Yeah, but still some money will get saved, not extra. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay. So
that's
it's good to have the membership.
yes.
Yes, actually, membership actually in USA costs $120,
Yeah.
and the difference is $200, as Saket said.
Yeah.
Right?
So that's there. Okay, I have another question. So we are saying, I am working in a telecom domain as a shift lead role, handling multiple projects and daily operation. Okay, so if you are handling multiple projects and daily operation together, in a program management, daily operation could be a part of the program. Yeah, so there could be some amount of sustenance activity which are done in order to support your current deliverable, may be part of your program management role. Yeah, so you will be very fit for program management certification, especially with the 18 years of experience. And you have already done PMP and other stuff. That's great. Yeah, if you see this thing can help you in moving forward from an eligibility perspective, you won't face any problem. Yeah, provided you put it nicely in the application.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Good. Now, a little bit more about the content outline, and that will also help us in understanding the application and the complexity of PGMP certification. So let me open a file here, exam content outline. Yeah. So I'm clicking here. You can also open it. I can share a direct link also with you. If you click here, it will take you directly to the PDF file. Yeah. Now, as you know, many of you PMI style. So for each program, they have an exam content outline. Yeah, so this is there. So PGMP exam content outline has 5 domains. They talk about strategic program alignment, yeah, program lifecycle management, benefits management, stakeholder engagement, governance. Yeah, so that's the 5 domain they have. So you can see the idea which many of us may not be much attached is a strategic alignment. Many of us may be involved in a program, but they are client driven program. We don't know why they are doing it and how this program will probably help the organization in achieving the business objective. But from a PGMP perspective, they expect a program manager to demonstrate some experience in a strategic alignment as well. What does it mean? Ensuring the program is aligned to organizational objective, have some understanding of why program got initiated, the business case of the program, and working with the stakeholders so that they have an alignment on program level objectives and how they are going to track those objectives during the execution. So that kind of topics we learn in a strategic alignment area. There are tasks, and with our content, with the help of video collection which we have, we ensure that you start understanding how my program is expected to be aligning to organization strategy, and how as a program manager I will ensure that it remain aligned throughout the program duration. Yeah, so sometimes people find it little new thing here because we may be too much involved in execution alone. Now, once the strategic alignment gets over, then you may find a very familiar territory, which is called program lifecycle management. So program lifecycle management is more or less like we did a project management. On top of project management, you are doing program management like dependency management, roles and responsibility handling, optimization of resources, resource leveling, taking care of procurement at a program level, doing risk management at a program level. So those kind of questions or the task you see in a program life cycle. Program life cycle contribute to 44% of the exam. So if we get the program life cycle right, and many of you should find it pretty familiar once you start reading it here, or maybe when you start preparing for it, then you are done. Then most of the preparation is done if you are good with the program life cycle. Now, once the program life cycle is done, then another domain, just not necessarily in a sequence you do it, but it's just the area we are working on. Then we have a domain called benefits management. So in a program management perspective, in a project management, the way we track requirements, you have requirements, you maintain requirement traceability metrics, and you ensure the deliverables are meeting the requirements. Yeah, that's a project management focus area. The program management focus area is more about why we have initiated this program, what kind of tangible or intangible benefits like increase in sales, reduce in operational cost, or maybe increase in brand value. What kind of benefits organization were expected to get out of program? And me as a program manager has to ensure that throughout my program execution, I track the benefits. So overall, linking of the benefits to various projects, continuously seeing what benefits are coming, when benefits are not coming, and how possibly we need to realign our objective to the changed environment so that we really achieve the desired benefits. So as a program manager, I am not there to produce deliverable as per the requirement from a PMI perspective. I'm here to help my company to achieve their benefits, yeah, by way of program activities. So that becomes little different focus area rather than getting just a deliverable. It has a particular domain where we talk about benefits delivery, benefits transitioning, and benefits sustainment. Sustainment is like beyond program duration also. You need to have a mechanism to sustain the benefits. And that's why I said in the program management space, operational support may also come, because during program duration, you might be sustaining some benefits. Though program is still considered as a temporary endeavor, which means it will have a start and end date, maybe 4 years, 3 years, 5 years, depending upon the complexity of the program, but it is still will have a operational or some kind of benefit support happening during the program duration. So we have a benefits management as a one of the area, and you have few tasks. Then you will find stakeholder engagement very familiar to you. So whatever you have studied in your PMP, more or less the same thing. So again, working with the stakeholder is needed is at a project level, program level, portfolio level, every level. It's a type of a leadership role. So we learned that, how do we identify power interest grid and those kind of topics, stakeholder engagement plan, continuously resolving conflict, ensuring stakeholders are engaged, all those kind of activity, taking care of escalation of the stakeholders, something which you have studied in your general project management topic as well, will be useful for stakeholder domain. Then we have a governance, which is little bit rooted into like a monitoring kind of thing, but it's more like a oversight, not very detailed monitoring, running health checks, milestone reviews, and ensuring change control, those kind of activity, ensuring the right amount of compliance and adherence to the desired governance standards is another domain. We call it program governance. So as a program manager, I end up learning these 5 areas, and PMI is going to test me in these 5 areas in order to give me my PGMP certification. Here you have, in this particular document, you do have a percentage given. So you see the program lifecycle is the number 1. After that, stakeholder. Yeah. So these two are actually relatively relatable for execution kind of people. Yeah. But yes, sometimes people feels little difficult in benefits management and strategic program alignment topics because of the type of experience individuals may have. But yeah, anyway, we have all the content which will help you to prepare well for these areas. Yeah. So that's the overall overview. Then I can talk about how can we assist. So we do take care of application support in case individuals are looking to get PGMP application reviewed, get feedback on it so that they ensure their answers were right. That itself is a one job. So we do run a separate service for that in case someone needs it. If you are done with the application, or if you feel you can handle the application yourself, then you can also enroll to our self-paced program, which has a collection of videos which helps you in understanding all this content. If you just want to focus on PMI resources, the way we have a project management body of knowledge, PMBOK, similarly, we have a standard for program management, which you can download from your PMI account once you create your membership, once you take your membership. Then, or if you already have a membership, you can go into resources and you can download that particular thing. I think somewhere in the standards, you will get it. Yeah. So yeah, here you can get a program management standard. So program management, good understanding of program management standard and good understanding of exam content outline. Unlike PMP, this exam content outline is very detailed, and this itself is a study material. Yeah. So knowing what program manager is expected to do and having an awareness of this is my job or not itself helps you in navigating some questions. So from a PMI perspective, study the ECO and study the standard for program management, which you can find once you log into your PMI account. Yeah. So this is a standard for program management 5th edition. This is PMI Resources, these two. From a PMI perspective, there is no mandatory PDU or contact hours needed. Yeah, like you have a 35 contact hours needed for PMP, 28 contact hours needed for PMI ACP, like this. For PgMP, they don't need it. So if you need assistance for your preparation, then you only enroll. There is no binding from PMI that you must enroll to someone. Not needed. Yeah, you can do self preparation, you can fill your application, and you can go for the exam as per your convenience. But if you need assistance for application or preparation, then we have a program, and our self-paced program has lots of video material, have some learning tools, and then good amount of questions, yeah, which makes you ready for your PgMP exam. Unlike PMP, PgMP has a good amount of people going for second attempt. Yeah, I don't consider the exam is complicated though, but I think because of flexibilities and all, maybe people don't do preparation well and they go for exam. So like we have a PMP clients also. Hardly once in a year, I end up hearing, I could not make it in a first attempt and I need to do it second attempt. But and maybe the people who are coming to me after failing PMP are very less, but after failing PGMP are like 2-3 times more than PMP. Yeah. So we get what a number of people who enroll to us after failing in the exam. So don't take it lightly. Sometimes the program management standard or standard for program management doesn't look very clear cut. You need to probably get into each and every word what is written there, because you may end up missing a lot of concept and you will realize when you give the exam. So do take some assistance, at least some practice test assistance, to make sure that you are ready, until unless you are very confident that yes, you can do it without that as well.
So, what is the percentage qualify mark for PgMP? So like 60%, 70%.
Like
they don't,
like PMP, they don't disclose that number. Yeah. But in our mock test, we have 5 mock tests. One mock test is also equivalent to video. So what I see is initially people who have passed the exam, in a first mock, they were scoring around 100 out of 170 questions. Yeah. So around 65%. Yeah. So usually they start sometime 85 to 100. If someone scores 100, it is doing good. Yeah. The person is doing good. By the time they reach to mock 5, yeah, that is what we target. We expect people should cross 130 marks out of things. So around 70-75% we make a target for our readiness. And then there are small tests as well. Those who cross that, they do good in the exam.
Okay.
We have our benchmark based on our historical data. Though we have not, we have started this 1 year ago only, but we have a sufficient historical data now. Even last month, we had 5 participants passing the exam, June itself, and July also. In a week, we have 2-3 people giving the exam. So I do have a lot of data to tell what will work. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the program details. Yeah. Now our program has the collection of videos. As usual, you don't have to worry about studying each and everything from a program management standard. And with each content, we also have some ebooks so that people who like to read, they can also download and read the material. Sometimes I also have a sample documents which are getting created in program management, like roadmap and overall risk management strategy, program charter, or something like this, whenever the relevant topic comes in. And then we have a detailed guidance for exam content outline, ECOs. Yeah. So the way you saw ECO, but you probably want to say that, I want to get into the details. So we do have a topic or a separate guide I created, which ensures that people start connecting the exam content outline to the artifact and how do we do various things. So that also becomes a little important study material. So for each task, I tell how you possibly will do it, what kind of documents you will end up accessing and updating it. So you really develop a deep sense of each and every exam content outline task. So this is something unique which we have created. And like this, we created various other Excel sheets and other learning tools as well, which are beyond videos. Videos are anyway there. And if someone goes through this content, then they are pretty much ready. When we come to assessments, rather than taking people to the full length mock test, because we realize full length mock test is becoming too much time consuming and individuals may not have that much commitment at that point in time. So now we have a lot of short tests also. So for each domain, we give a 50-50 question test. We also give you target there. And for program lifecycle, we created many tests. Yeah, it's just not about program lifecycle. We have an artifact test also. We have a program activity test also, which ensures that you get into the foundational detail. And then we have a full length test. Yeah, full length test, we put a target of 75%. Yeah. And but initially for first few mocks, people don't score it. But when they do a proper analysis of it, by the time they reach to the later stage, they start scoring 75%. Yeah. And sometime even more. And if they analyze their answers after doing the exam, whatever is wrong, they usually do great in the exam. Yeah. So that's our program. And the application is also one program is where you have application included in it. We have another one where you do your application yourself, and we can do just enrollment on the online content. Yeah.
Yeah, second, I want to do both, but I need some help with the getting this application filled, right?
Yeah.
So I should take both these things, so that will help, right?
Yes. So the process will be as soon as you enroll, I will let you absorb some of the program management content, and then you make your draft. I will give you a sample application also. Then you put a draft application. Then I will review and I will suggest some edit. I will probably rewrite some part of it. Then it will come to you. You review it again, and we may go through one or two iteration, and then you will say, okay, this is good. Yeah. In fact, doing application itself is a good learning experience. So when we interact on these three answers, we end up learning good amount of program management with the help of application preparation itself.
Okay, I think you answered my question. So I was next question, like you work as a batch or you work on an individual basis actually, or as a
so right now, this is the self-paced program. So for an application, it will be one-on-one. Once application is done, then you have your content. You just use there.
Yes. Okay.
We also have a WhatsApp group for our all enrolled participants, whoever enroll. So any query, any question is not clear, you discuss in the WhatsApp group. That's the platform which you keep hearing the success stories and test results and all. So you do have a group to talk to. That's there. And then if you have a particular challenge, we can schedule a call. Yeah. So if something is not clear or there is something which we need to schedule a call, that's how we work.
Okay. And how long this, if you buy the package, how long is that?
So the program duration we put for 6 months, like our other things, but you should be able to get it in 2-3 months only. Yeah.
2 months. Okay.
After that, it's also same $10 extension per month as we do it.
Per month. Okay, that we do
process. But in general, for PgMP, people don't take that much time. Yeah, so that's a little different thing. The time to get certified is usually less in PgMP. One reason is once the application gets done, you have already paid the fee and you have a 1 year membership, 1 year timeline starts as soon as application is done. So in case of PgMP, you pay $800 equivalent money in order to get your panel review itself. Unlike PMP, you have filled the application, now you are relaxed. No, yeah, you have to make the payment here. And once the payment is done, application is approved. So it becomes a little pressure to an individual also. Now I need to get certified, yeah, because everything else is done. So we see conversion ratio is high. People enrolling, giving the exam is far higher in case of PgMP if we compare to PMP exam.
And if the panel didn't go through, they'll return back the money, or
yes, they will 100% refund. Yeah, they will 100% refund. So if they don't like your application, they will give you a feedback. Feedbacks are usually very generic. They don't like, feedback will not make much sense, but we will get a one more opportunity. In our case, we just had a one situation which seemed the application seems to be good enough, which was equivalent to at par with everyone else, but we got a feedback. Then we improved it further. Yeah, and then it was done. Yeah, so I have done many applications. We just got one case where we have to do it in a second attempt. So most of the time you will get it done in a first attempt only. And after that, we started putting more facts and figures also. But sometimes...
That's good actually. So they don't outright reject it. They give another chance to submit it again. Okay, that's good.
Yes. So if they don't like it, yeah, you will get a feedback. Yeah, there is a feedback. Quality of feedback is not that great, but you will get a chance to edit it and submit it again. And then it is done. If it is not done, then they will refund your fee. And after that also you can resubmit it. Yeah. And so the only thing is it starts from the zero. They will say, you need to go through PMI review also. You need to start apply again. Yeah. So do no gap, you get a money back and you can just apply again in the next week only. But then PMI will again review your eligibility and then we'll put it to a panel review again. I have not faced this situation. I theoretically only seen it. But that's what I hear in the social media and other places. This is the sequence. Fortunately, our client has not went to these situations.
Thanks, Saket. So panel review, like they're going to interview me or they're
No,
going to
just reading the text.
Reviewing my paper, my application.
That's it. Yeah, it's all about reading your English, which you have written it nicely with my assistance. That's it. Yeah, the English should represent that you are really doing it rather than just talking about theory.
Okay.
So if someone is writing the application, I have a separate video explaining how to write the application as well. But the whole idea is rather than saying I did a power interest grid analysis of the stakeholder and I identify high power, high interest stakeholder. Yeah, that is not good. So it looks theoretical. You'll say, what are you doing? Yeah. Probably you need to tell, in my program, since this program was diversified and this many, so we had around 100 people. And some of the people were more interested in the compliance area and they were having approving authority and all. So I managed and identified them as a separately and take care of them. Yeah, so now actually you are using power interest grid, but you are not talking about power interest. You are just not talking about theory. You are giving an example that these were the stakeholders, and out of these were more powerful because of this reason. And I dealt with them using sign-off, roadmap presentation, and like this. Yeah. So I have a 3 such kind of essay, 500 words, where I need to give such kind of example. Now, rather than saying I prepared a roadmap, yeah, you can say we had a roadmap which was also showing dependency, which was showing which project is ongoing. One thing, but rather than saying, we had these 5 projects and we maintained dependency and the release and benefits plan for these 5 projects, and this was our typical roadmap. You give some example of your roadmap in the description, then it becomes more specific. Yeah. So that way, rather than just copy pasting from the book or program management standard, I need to creatively think and bring my program related specific experience. And that experience should also be strategically aligned. It is not a tactical program. If I do that, my application is through. Yeah, so that's what the job is. And in the process of doing it, you end up learning what is needed for your PGMP exam also. Yeah, so both way you will get the advantage.
Thanks, Saket. And I'm planning to do in 2-3 months. Is it possible, like right from the application to it?
Yes.
Is that possible?
By default, application, they talk about 60 days, I guess, 60 days, but usually they give it in a 1 week to 4 weeks, the approval. So if you start, it may take a 1 week for us to finalize it. It will take. It is not like I will write and you will submit it. That's not going to that's not going to add value and it will be very confusing. So you will write, I will suggest some edit, you may do some dig down. So it may go through 2-3 iteration, but 1 week is the more than enough time. Once you submit it, PMI may take few days to review it and then they will put it to a panel, and that's a little unpredictable. What 1 week to 4 week is a estimated time. It can go till 2 months also, but that's a timeline you can think of. So if you start maybe in a 6 weeks time, you will have PMI go ahead to give the exam, and during that time you're also preparing. You may take few weeks and then you give the exam.
Okay, that's good. Thanks, Saket.
Good. Anything else, anyone? Hopefully this gives you some clarity. Thanks to the questions which we got from Raj, it also helps us in learning. But anyone has a query, we can talk.
Yeah, Saket, Kanda here again. I was asking for the Scrum Master whether I'm eligible or not, right? So I came from the production support background altogether and then moved to the development. Then now I'm doing the Scrum Master role. So whether I'm really kind of eligible, because all we are talking here like PMI and who are having the PMI certification, who is having the management.
Sorry? Like how long you have been doing this? Like what is your job experience?
I have 17 years of experience, total IT. And production support, I have 7 to 8 years of experience, and Scrum Master from past 3 years.
So see, it all depends upon what you want to do in future. Again, you can put your application look like eligible. Eligibility handling is not a problem, but you need to see, is it aligned with my future growth? Now, from a duration of your experience, looks like you should be doing something. You should do something which takes you beyond Scrum Master role, because in industry we find Scrum Master role is more limited to maximum 12 years. Yeah, after that people don't want to consider 12 plus years experienced guy for a Scrum Master role. They want to have someone junior, usually.
Yes.
So you need to do something. Now, what that something could be. So if you want to take a little step, then you can do PMP first and then move to program management. That's a one possibility. Yeah. Which I feel should be right for you. That's relatively easy. So you will also get the jargons, project management and management literature well, and then you move to the PGMP program. Yeah. But if you are having a specific goal and you see, no, I want to get into program management directly, then you can do the PGMP as well directly.
Okay. So, but both are different kind of streams, like PMI and PMP and PGMP.
Pretty much overlapping. So the way PGMP looks at it is the project management is a part of program management. It's like the program manager is expected to know project management. That's from a PMI perspective.
Okay.
That's why they consider that you should have a 4 years of project management experience. Even in the eligibility criteria, they put that requirement or PMP certification. They are not mandating it. So we should know project management well. That makes program management job easy. And then on top of it, I should learn program management.
Okay. Got it. Thanks, Saket. Thank you.
Anything else, anyone?
No. Thanks, Saket, for clarifying.
It's also clear for me, Saket.
Great.
Thank you for your time.
You.
Yeah. Maybe we'll try to connect with you separately.
Perfect. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Saket. Thank you for the
site, right? Saket,
Yes.
directly.
Yes. You can directly get the details from the website. Yes. Yeah. Bye. I close.
Thank you, Saket. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Saket.
Thank you.